This week is going to reveal so much about who and what is in and out of which formations. And the results of all of that is going to be very, very shocking, very surprising to people. Like on our side of the spiritual split, we're probably going to be the ones. What that means, our side of the spiritual split means that you're in alignment, you're happy, you know your vibe. If you're on the 𝚑𝚘𝚗𝚎, if you're one of the club members on Patreon, being happy in the moment, that's kind of like winning the entire simulation. Enjoying your Christhood, enjoying your mastery, enjoying creating your own personal heaven on earth, your own personal Camelot. Anyway, so if you're in alignment, truth, love, integrity, you may be proving people wrong this week. You're probably more excited, probably triggering a lot of people, but not owning their energy. You're probably more like for those of us where this Mercury retrograde. Okay, how's the Mercury retrograde been for you the last few weeks? It's not long. It happens 3 to 4 times a year, but it's not, it doesn't last like forever. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been handling your Mercury retrograde fine, you're gonna be, for us, if you're in alignment, this Mercury retrograde, I've seen a lot of us, it's really just been about like becoming confident, trusting yourself, becoming confident in a new vibration. For those that are in alignment, you're probably proving people wrong. Don't gloat. No one likes to gloat. No one likes gloaters. But at the same time, the proof is in the pudding. And people that are out of alignment, like this energy is not entirely new energy. This is not, it's not super new. So people that are out of alignment this week, they may be stopped. Like there may definitely be some kind of force. It's taken so much to get me here, you guys. You have no idea. I've been super obsessed. When I get into like not a I don't want to say compulsion, but it's part of why I have so much compassion for compulsive energy. Because when I'm really into something, I'm really into it. And it's so hard. I won't answer your text. I won't respond to your email. I won't get back to you. Nothing else exists for me except like the thing. And I've been so into my new journal and journaling. I got a new glue stick. I got a freaking stencil bookmark. So it's just, I had to really pull my whole self away. It's a 𝚑𝚘𝚗𝚎. Look at how beautiful. I do need the clips because now I can't show you. I know no one cares, but I care. And it's just so hard to, like I said, pull me away from this thing that I'm just like so into. When you're so into something, it is so hard to, it's just really difficult. It's hard. It's just, when you're so into your thing, you're so into your thing. And that's the thing. It's like for those of us on the positive side of the spiritual split, it's just been more confidence building that you being, this is what I tell my people is like you being happy is amazing for the universe. Okay. Like once you find your thing and you know your vibes. Okay, here, check this out. Look how beautiful this is. It's such a dork. Hold on. I can't hold it up right. How beautiful though. This is like, I just love all of this. Hold on. So you can kind of see some of the more detail of it. And these highlighters are scented, you guys. They're special. Oh my God. So now my book smells amazing. It's just one of those like, it's just give you one little half of this. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. I had to just reaffirm that you doing your own thing, you liking what you like is always like the answer. And when you are in that state of being, when you are acting on your highest excitement, or what I do, if it works for you, it works for you. But what I do is I ask myself moment to moment, is there anything I'd rather be doing right here, right now? Is there anything I'd rather be doing? Go do that. And then I just go do that. That's how I stay in my most excited state and everything. But that's where the secret is. So you're either operating from a positive perception of polarity where you understand that reality happens from you and you get to have fun with it. That's what I said in the beginning about enjoying your Christhood, enjoying building your Camelot, enjoying your mastery. Or people have like a little bit of a consciousness about it, but not super interested in like growing or changing. I don't judge that, by the way. I don't judge anything. I don't judge anyone. I don't judge alcoholics, drug addicts, people that don't want to learn, that don't want to grow. I don't judge anybody for any of it. Absolutely not. You know why? Because it is so painful. I remember how painful it is. It's not that far away. Like the pain of ignorance, the pain of frustration, the pain of not being who you are. That pain is horrible. It's absolutely, that's why I don't judge anybody. You want to never face that thing. You never want to confront that thing you don't want to heal. I understand. I understand you, sir, ma'am. I understand. It's great crossing paths. You know, I respect your path. I wish you well. And I really mean that. That's not like a diss or anything. I really mean that. So, and then everybody else in between has absolutely no idea what is going on. They have no idea what the F is going on. They have no idea. Your average human being has no idea. If they want a relationship with God, they could pray. Maybe they'll have a few experiences where they have heightened emotionalism, but energy mastery is meeting God halfway. And if anyone wants to test God, wants to figure out if God is real, if you want to find out for yourself, the energy mastery is your gateway, and you have your own experience, firsthand experience, your knowledge of life after death, of evolving beyond the consciousness being fused with the nervous system of the human body becomes experiential, no longer theoretical. It's a whole thing. So that's why we have the 𝚑𝚘𝚗𝚕𝚎 page. We have immense compassion for everybody. Doesn't mean we have to be buddy best friends with anybody. It doesn't mean we have to teach anyone anything. It doesn't mean we have to, you know what I'm saying? We use our focus and we use our boundaries, but we still have compassion. It's our self-forgiveness and our own self-compassion for how much pain we went through in ignorance before we figured it out. When we found the path, I found so many different telekinesis teachers that's what led me to the truth, which was a whole God conversation, which was weird. I did not expect that, like, at all. So, you know, it's like people in and out of alignment this week. It's going to be one of those things where people that are in alignment, like I said, going to be proving people wrong and getting really excited about whatever you've got going on. And people out of alignment are going to get either, I don't know if this is like stopped or removed or demoted or like punted back, or maybe just put back. Like it doesn't, I don't, it's going to be different for everybody, but this is just like people that were out of alignment probably ruined something or said something, like probably ruined things around the July 10th full moon in Capricorn. And like this energy, like I said, this is not new energy. Guys, Jupiter in Cancer was supposed to be the healing balm of the entire first part of the year of those retrogrades. And if people couldn't handle that, if people weren't ready by the end of the first week of June 2025, if people really swerved out of control, swerved on the ice with the Mars-Venus square, you know, it was like last week or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people didn't know to be embarrassed. They didn't know how to apologize, or they didn't know to apologize. They didn't know who they were talking to. They didn't know to change their tone. They didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like a whole perception split going on this week that may be visible or showing things that were maybe happening under the surface. Like it depends on like what's going on in your life. Like for some of you, this is, I don't know, maybe it does go back to like the winter or something, or with the Mars retrograde. For others of you, this is really, let me like remember what I say, that the people smart enough to work together are working together. Those people in alignment that are focusing on working together, this is going to be a very exciting week. All the excitement is towards like the end of the week, like the weekend. There may be some kind of turning point in the middle of the week around Wednesday, but it's mostly like towards the end. All right, let's go ahead and break this down day by day. Monday, August the 8th is kind of sensitive. I feel like Monday is a little bit of healing or wounding. Healing or wounding on Monday. Oh, did I say the 8th? August the 4th. August the 4th? Okay, sorry. Monday, August the 4th, a little bit tender on Monday. I love that the sun is trining the moon. That's like healing confidence, a little bit more hopeful, but it's still a little bit tender. Let me put it this way. I said it earlier on my TikTok that people that like we're really going to find out during this Mercury retrograde whose confidence was performative and whose confidence turned out to be real through the Mars retrograde. That was the Mars, that was the point. That was the point. So we had the Venus retrograde 23, we have the, now we're in the Mercury retrograde. And so if people haven't been handling their Mercury retrograde up until now, if people have had very fragile egos since June 29th, there'll be some issues. There's going to be some issues this week. Tuesday, August the 9th has a little bit of this tough love energy. Like some people, it's going to be like tough love, anxiety. Like that's, some people, it's going to be tough love, anxiety. Other people, it's going to be building confidence through integrity and checking in on a teammate, being like, hey, you good? You got everything you need? Okay, great, cool. And guys, we pledge our allegiance to truth, love, and integrity. And it keeps it pretty simple. It keeps it very simple. What is the only thing that protects against hypocrisy? Integrity. Integrity is what protects against hypocrisy. Okay. Like this is the last full moon before we slide into eclipse season. And so it's like a very like snapping into formation or breaking off because you're not in formation. And Mercury retrograde, you want to always let it readjust things, because it doesn't mean you're not on the right path. It means that the path is different than what you thought it was. We're going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out. There's always a thing with bangs is like it becomes like a thing. It just becomes like a whole thing. Anyway, I'm really obsessed with my physical media. This is just like, I mean, it's a whole, I disappear for hours and hours. You know what? I read about some inventor, his wife would bring and leave little plates of food in his little clusters of activity of where he would work and get all into things. Can you imagine? Like I read that and I just imagine, like I started looking around at all of my little clusters of activity where creative things have happened and happen. And I'm like, man, if I just like came over in my little, and I scurried over, you know, doing my things, and then I just found like a Snicker bar or like a little plate of food or something, I'm so happy. Like that sounds so sweet. Anyway, so this is like on Tuesday, you're either there could be some like checking in, you know, like some support. Some people are going to be feeling it support, very supportive, like wrapping something up for support. Then some people are going to feel like, I don't know, like they want to know something, but now they don't get to know, they're not privy to that information, or they can feel the iciness start. Guys, once the moon goes into Capricorn after 10, the vibe is going to shift. Like people are coming in, you know, we have this James Cameron, larger than life, envisioning the future, moon in Sagittarius energy Sunday and Monday, and like the morning of Tuesday, but the moon goes void, of course, 8:28, and then to 10:03, it goes into Pacific time, it goes into Capricorn, and the vibe changes. It is not open borders, let's meet new different people and get to know each other. It's like the hammer comes down with Capricorn. And that's why I bring up June. That's why I bring up July the 10th, because we had the full moon in Capricorn. And that was a culmination not only of the previous 2 weeks, but also the previous 6 months from January. That's what I'm saying. Like, some people didn't know to show respect. Some people didn't think to even be embarrassed about something. People weren't, since then, from July 10th to now, people don't even know. But that's the thing, like, some people just don't know what they don't know. They don't want to know. And like, the people that are smart enough to work together, you just go work together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, unless you want to interact with that hologram, unless you got some issue to work out. But that's why energy masters, telekinetics, we have the compassion to just leave people alone. That's what we do. That's why there's no conflict. That's why there's no drama. We have so much compassion. We just remember when we blew it up over and over again. So if we see that happening, we're just like, okay, we're just gonna let them do that over there. And we're just gonna focus on building Camelot or enjoying. Guys, there's flavors that you like, there's seasonings that you like, there's things you love to do with your body that feel so good, to stretch, to jump, to run, whatever you like to do. Do that, enjoy that. You can move your consciousness beyond the physical body, but also enjoy the vessel that you have. Tuesday feels like something's almost done. And there could be like a wrap up of that July 10th, around the July 10th full moon karma, where it's like that's why the Capricorn tough love is like, well, you didn't do it. Like, how can you ask for a pass if you didn't do it? Or if you kept fucking it up? Or if, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how Capricorn is. Like, it is or it isn't. It's reality. Capricorn's like the sign of reality. And there's like this earning it energy where if it's love, you feel like it's got to be earned. If it's affection, if it's praise, if it's respect, you just got to feel like it's got to be earned. So I feel like Tuesday, some people, if it's tough love anxiety, it's because you didn't earn it. Didn't earn it. And for other people, if it's building confidence, it's because the integrity. What's integrity? It's like you've earned that goodwill. You've earned that trust. You've earned that respect. You've earned that bond. And that's giving you confidence. That becomes your strength. That becomes this self-love when you keep promises to yourself. You have your own back. You trust yourself. No one's ever going to hurt you because you enforce your own boundaries. So why would you be intimidated or afraid of anybody for any reason at any time for anything? I mean, from the telekinetic perspective. Okay. Wednesday, August the 6th, we have the moon's void of course, like all day, really? It's like void of course from 10:39 to, yeah, like all day, basically. And Mars enters Libra. Okay, so this is like, okay, so for some people, this is going to be like a little turning point on Wednesday. So for some people, it's going to be like Monday and Tuesday, or maybe like scheming a little bit and like finalizing, closing things out, really. And then Wednesday is like a pop-off moment. Wednesday, once Mars goes into Libra, it's like some kind of, I love it. I love it. I love physical media so much. Okay. So I feel like Wednesday, here's the thing. If you are in alignment, if you're on our side of the spiritual split, with the moon in Capricorn opposing Jupiter in Cancer, you've probably earned something like a long-term support for yourself. And it might have been something from January 2025. And for some of you, Wednesday is going to be like the first domino. Some of you, Wednesday is going to be like the first domino. For some of you, it's going to be like just like the foreshadowing of like the weekend of the full moon in Aquarius on Saturday. Thursday has such, okay. God, this is going to be so dramatic. Okay, so Thursday has such a crazy vibe to it. So if you are on like our side of the spiritual split, you're fucking lit and excited. You're ready to fucking roll. You've got your flamethrower, you've got your fishnet tights, you've got your eyeliner, your war paint. Like you are ready to do what makes you happy. You're ready to do your thing. You're just ready to let your freak flag fly. You're ready to be known. You're ready to be, how do I put this? It's like there's identity and then how that identity fits in with the rest of everything. So it's like you're ready to make like a niche in the fabric of space-time. Like you're ready to really do some cool shit with the cool people. And some of the new cool people, probably weird to you, weird or different to you, may start arriving, maybe the exciting ideas and breakthroughs in the new vibration, healing breakthroughs and new weird people or exciting ideas, things coming into formation, forming, structuring. For other people on the other side of the spiritual split, it's going to be wounding. It's going to be mass disruption. And I feel like even Wednesday onward, people on the other side of the spiritual split, people out of alignment could start to feel very unnerved. Like they could start to feel like uncomfortable, like very, very uncomfortable, unsettled in some way, shape, or form. But honestly, they didn't take the last 6 months to prepare. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not a new vibration. It's not new. It's not new. So that's why for some people out of alignment on the other side of the spiritual split, Thursday may be like this emotional confrontation with the wounding, and it'll be a little bit more challenging. Oh, you guys, we do meditation at 9 a.m. Central Time and 5:30 Central Time, Wednesdays and Thursdays. See, I filled in some of my calendar already, and it smells amazing. Friday, August the 8th. We have the moon conjoining Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. That's more unnerved. That's people could definitely be a little bit unnerved. People could definitely be very, very unnerved. Like if people are awake and doing things and stuff. Oh, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it all out. It's all gonna be fine. So I think it's already fine. But yeah, we're gonna have some unnerving people that are very unnerved, but then we're gonna have people that are like very excited. We're gonna be very excited for what we're excited about. Mars and Libra trines Uranus and Gemini. Guys, this is what I'm saying. Like, who and what turns out to be in formation could be very shocking. Who and what turns out to break out of formation or be revealed to be out of formation can also be very shocking. And the thing with Pluto retrograde right now is that it's loosening the toxic attachment or the toxic bonds, yes, to ideas and feelings and ideologies, but also to people that may want us to stay regressive or to stay unilluminated or to stay in ignorance because it benefits them. So it's loosening our attachment to situations and people, and also our attachments to those kinds of mentalities and thinking and expectations and operations. So so the moon coming in and it's a full moon. It's very much like some people are very unnerved because they don't want to let it go. Now, some people are not like finishing a project or completing something or forming something. Some people are just needing to let something go, and they're just not letting it go. If they were going to let it go, they would have let it go well before July 10th, and everything could have just been rocking and rolling already. So now it needs a Mercury retrograde exfoliation to weed out like worms in the ground, like to weed out the fragile egos that are not strong enough to make it, to bring us through. Howard Hughes could not have had a fragile ego, okay? People that go out and do things in the world cannot have some kind of like, oh, I can't do it at the last minute. Even if they feel like they have a fragile ego inside, something propels them forward. And they can hold the tension of the part of themselves that maybe has a fragile ego. Let's just say they really do have a fragile ego, but then they can hold the tension with a part of themselves that is like pushing forward and demanding to evolve beyond that, and propels them forward to do something even when they're scared, even when they don't know what's going to happen next, even when blah, 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 blah. That's why they're fascinating to watch. You know what's perfect that I've been thinking about? I've been thinking about telekinesis, and I've been thinking about long form content. I've been thinking about tutorials and guides, and I'll show you a little bit. Hold on, I can't show you everything. This is so much fun. No, I know I'm like the biggest. I know we're nerding out a lot right now, but just go with it. Okay. Look at how beautiful, look how cute this is. So like I'm putting all of my little telekinesis things together and everything, but I was thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I was thinking about the Netflix thing. His Netflix thing, you watch that, because it's like the perfect example of like Leo confidence that you need to have when you're living your life, whether you want to be a bodybuilder or a sculptor or a cobbler or like anything, like you just let yourself love doing what you love to do. Let that be confident, and let things break away that are showing you the truth. That's what, for some people, this Mercury retrograde with the full moon we're leading into is going to blow the lid off of. For some people. Okay. So we're still on Friday. Friday is very, like I said, some people are just going to be unnerved. And it's like I'm telling you, it's not unfamiliar. They just didn't learn, or they didn't know to be embarrassed, or they didn't know to flip it. Oh my God. Dr. Evil. I won't do the whole skip, but Austin Powers. So, but it's not new. It certainly is not new. So some people are going to be super unnerved and triggered on Friday. There's also going to be social shocks. That's why I'm saying like the information out of formation thing is going to be very shocking to people. I wouldn't even let that be intimidating. I'm excited. I think it's going to be very exciting, and I'm excited to see it. And this is the day, like Friday, because it's like a business day, I feel like some people are going to be punted way, way, way back, where they will not be anywhere near close enough to fuck something up. That the people that are smart enough to work together are trying to build and trying to do. Boundaries. That's all that it's going to take. You don't have to go into a psychic war with anybody. You don't have to do anything except boundaries and focus. Boundaries and focus. Boundaries and focus. Okay. So I'll leave it there. Let's move on. I love that I just got this like yesterday, and I showed you like everything already. Okay, so on Saturday, the 9th of August, we have our full moon. We technically have our full moon. Some people you could be feeling it 3 days before, leading up. That's when the energy is the strongest. It peaks Saturday, August the 9th. The moon's going to be void midnight 54 to Oh man, the moon's gonna be void another all day void moon. Wow. Void moons days would be perfect for journaling, for junk journaling, for being crafty, for kicking around your garden, like whatever you love to do, go spiral into it. Okay. Go got down your wormholes and rabbit holes. Void moons are the best for that. Okay. So Saturday, the moon's gonna be void all day, full moon day. So people are really, ooh, damn, people are really gonna be sitting in that fucking vibe, bro. That's another, we gotta change up the schedule. The schedule's gonna be changing up this Sunday. Uh, Sundays being for telekinesis church and then going straight into like production is like, you gotta like mentally prepare to like interface and really, like talk to you guys. And anyway, it's okay. I'm excited to tell you about my stuff. This should have just been like a junk journaling like episode of something. Okay. Sorry, Saturday, August the 9th, but you can see how I'm trying to be here, but I'm being, you know what I'm saying? So this full moon in Aquarius, it's going to be so hard to just do anything other than like exactly what you want to do. So even like some people have been, what's that called? Like gritting, biting bark, biting their knuckles, gripping, white knuckling it. Some people have been like holding on, like gripping something and trying to hold it together. But your fallacy, your fallacious thinking is that you're trying to hold something together that isn't information, and it's trying to break off. It's trying to push you towards what is in alignment, but you're still trying to like, you think that it's you. You think, guys, this is hilarious. Okay. So Mars is in Libra. Once Mars is in Libra, since on Wednesday it goes into Libra. On Saturday, Mars opposes Neptune. That's fine. But Libra, okay, so the longest relationship I was ever in was 6 years. And it was the longest because he's a Libra ascendant and a Libra moon. He's a double Libra, double Venus. If it were not for him constantly harmonizing with me, constantly adjusting to my vibe, constantly calibrating to my vibe, whatever I had going on. Like if we're not for him constantly doing that and just like loving me and knowing when to just fucking ignore me when I'm just being crazy and when to take me serious, like all the things, like if it weren't for that, I probably wouldn't be in like another 6 year relationship. So my point is like, I love you, Libras. Like we love Libras. Libra energy keeps the world together, but don't overcompromise. That's when you lose yourself and don't care about what other people think so much. Integrity protects against hypocrisy. If you hold it together, if you lead with just one virtue, you're going to be fine. And you can debut your weird new friend or bring your new girlfriend to the dinner, whatever, because this full moon, it's weird, but the Mars in Libra, I feel is hilarious. Like this is going to be, oh my God, this is going to be like, uh, social shocks. Let me just put it that way. I've been thinking about Legally Blonde, and I've been thinking, and I watched the Pamela Anderson thing on Netflix again. I watched it twice. I watched it first, and I watched it again over this past weekend. And it's this like it's hard energy that you wouldn't expect. Like people prejudge things and they don't see what's like really going on under the surface. And then when things really come out and it's extroverted, it could be breaking the illusions. And that could be very exciting, for some people, or it could be very disruptive. And, people maybe wouldn't want to see um the girl going to the blonde going to Harvard. People want to see, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, get your popcorn ready. It's gonna be entertaining. Sunday, August the 10th. I should not, guys, it's It's a shit show all around the cameras. All of my shit's like everywhere. I'm just so excited for all of the guys cutting like literally little corners, making them like round. This is what I used to do that to make little like this. This was like sharp and I made it nice and round. Okay. Sorry. What a Mercury retrograde video. Okay. Where were we? I think we're talking about Sunday, the August 10th. Moon's void, of course, 23:54 to the end of day. Moon's in Pisces. Oh, yeah. So the weekend, the moon's in Pisces, like late Saturday night. So it's like this big dose of weirdness. And then you get submerged into feelings, like very deep feelings. So if people are uncomfortable with feeling feelings, those people are going to have maybe kind of an uncomfortable Sunday. I could see people, that's when people just go blitz. They just need to go drink. They need to go zombie out in television. They need to just go into a distraction. They need to go and take themselves away from what they need to really look at. Because if something is piquing your curiosity, if something is attracting you, why are you drawn to it? Why are you magnetized to it? So it's up to you to decide what's a distraction and what's a clue. That's where your discernment comes in. Sunday, we have the moon in Pisces, square Uranus and Gemini. We've got Mars in Libra, trining Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Some people are going to be so disturbed. Some people are going to be very disturbed on Sunday. Others are going to be inspired to a whole new level. A whole new level. A whole new level. Like, isn't that exciting? Whatever you love to do, imagine just unlocking a whole new level to it. Anyway, it's really about the Mars Pluto trine. This is partly consequences, but this is more like click karma. This is like, Mean Girls or The Craft, when there's like that one crazy witch, then the two witches are fighting with the one witch. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's social shocks causing shifts and changes. Remember during the pandemic when people had to make like little bubble groups? I'm sure I didn't have any insight into any of that drama for anything, for any reason. I just worked constantly. But I am sure with kids and school, and I'm sure there were cliques of parents and their kids and who can fucking be into the same little bubble of little groups. Like, I'm sure there was drama there. It's kind of like that. There's Sunday people could feel very disturbed for social reasons, for whatever. And then some people could feel very inspired to a whole new level. We also have the sun in Leo making this quincunx aspect to the north node of fate and destiny. So Sunday, August the 10th is a little bit fated and destined. That just means it's just long-term consequences, just long-term thinking. And with this energy, you want to think about like Arnold. You want to think about like prideful Leo energy. You want to think about like having standards, like enforcing the standards, whether it's like whatever it is, whatever that is. That energy on Sunday is like, there's an exception to every rule. The grass really is greener this time. The quincunx means you have to take a new path. You have to try something new and different. So it doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. You just have a new way to get there. So being open to it, letting the inspiration take you by storm. And for those of us in alignment, that Mars-Pluto trine, new different people or new different archetypes and examples are going to help us feel like it's okay that something didn't work out a certain way or the way that we wanted, or with the right people, with the right timeline on the right thing, and like there may be people there that are helping us feel more comfortable in a new vibration or doing something differently or in a different direction or something, and just feeling like better about it. But yeah, people out of alignment on the other side of the spiritual split, very, very disturbed and getting a lot of those consequences. Maybe socially, maybe like social consequences. Okay. that's what we got this week. Very distracted, very distracted, very Mercury retrograde video today, you guys. So if you're in alignment this week, you may be proving people wrong. If you're in alignment, truth, love, integrity, this Mercury retrograde for you has been more and more confidence brewing. You've been feeling more and more wind beneath your wings. And so you can look forward to some breakthroughs this week and aligning with your tribe, aligning with other people that it's like very simpatico. Okay. You may be triggering people as well, but you should be in a place where you're not owning it and it doesn't do anything to you. You can just let them be triggered. For the people that are out of alignment this week, they may be stopped or have some kind of, honestly, just consequences and fallout from some previous time in the past when they just didn't, they misstepped. They just did. That's all. That's just consequences. It's just karma. So it's a week to be very excited and to be very confident in your vibration and to enjoy, like I said, enjoy everything that is in front of you. Enjoy your moment. Enjoy enjoying what you enjoy. That's what it's about. And align with the other people that are also smart enough to work together. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Okay. So this week, Monday the 11th is when Mercury stations direct and the moon is void all day on Monday the 11th. Don't meet anyone new on a void moon on Monday the 11th. This full moon this week, more so towards the end of the week, but it could be like a result and then a response, or a response and then fallout to the response. Like it's just got this. So there's multiple parts. It doesn't end on Sunday evening. We're gonna be starting next week with another big turnaround, another big development, another big shock wave. So these shock waves, what's in and out of formation this week, is going to continue its momentum into next week and how we go into eclipse season. So it's not like just Monday to Sunday that it's over. Be prepared, tune in. I'll try to be better with videos, but yeah, we'll talk about it next week, but more big news is still to come even after the full moon on Saturday. Okay. Love you guys. Have a great week and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.